Well, thank you very much, Chris, and welcome back to the Goshen County Fairgrounds. Ryan Caith and Ron Kaufman, our final broadcast of the week. It flew by for us here at the Goshen County Fair, but we've got some kids this morning that are going to tell us how they did all week. So, Ron, I'll let you introduce them.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to mention we have a young lady that she was in the pig show, and that lasted till about 9:30 or quarter to 10 last night. They started at 6:30. I understand we have Caleb Booth was a good run in that pig show. He was champion, and also Chassie Herman did a very good job. So you might want to visit that pig barn before they're released on Saturday before the sale. You see some nice critters there, and they usually have that as a night show, so it's cooler, but it was still in the 80s, I understand, for a while, and then it cooled down. It was a little better. But we have a young lady here from, this is the Adventures Pioneers, correct? This
Yes.
club, and you're from Fort Laramie?
Yes.
And what's your name?
Annabelle Duffy.
This is Miss Duffy, and I think she might have showed a pig last night. Did you sweat any?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
So tell us about how you did.
So in my first, the first heat, I got 8th place, and the second heat with my lightweight pig, I got 10th place.
So you're talking about a heat. What do you mean by this? It's
So-
kind of like a drive, isn't it? We call it a heat or a drive.
Yeah.
Okay, so kind of explain that to the audience.
So you kind of they split it up into so last night we had 12 and they put me in the first.
Is that by weight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're in between 220 and 230, you're in the first heat. If you're in between 231 and 240, you're in the second heat.
Okay. Another thing I want you to explain to the audience, when the judge, if you stay in the ring, that's the best that can happen, because sometimes don't he make you pin your pig when you're in the ring if you don't if your pig doesn't look that good? How does that work?
Well, last night for my showmanship, they kept me in the ring for a while, but that's just because he wasn't listening and stuff, and so I went out and they pinned the 4 best.
Okay, so you still did well if you were in showmanship. Are you a junior or
Yeah, I'm a junior.
and I should ask you your age. How old are you?
11.
11. So you do pretty well. So what place did you get in showmanship?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Because he just eliminated and kept the top 4. Is that correct?
Yeah, but there was 12 and
Oh.
yeah, so
So
I
you-
didn't top in the place.
Yeah.
10.
So this is what, your 3rd year in 4-H?
Yes.
Okay, very good. If you're 11 years old, sounds like you did a good job. The other thing I wanted to ask, are you an officer in your club?
Yes, I am. I am the treasurer.
Okay, and I think we have some other officers here, and we'll talk to them a little bit. I wanted to ask, where do you meet?
We meet in Fort Laramie at the preschool.
The preschool?
Yeah.
Is that the old Fort Laramie school?
Yes.
And then, in fact, I've been to. You have a splash pad or something over there in Fort Laramie. That must
Yeah.
be just north of that. Huh?
Yeah, we've met a couple times at the splash pad.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. So, what other projects do you have?
I have cake and leather, and then this year was my first year doing open class cake and leather.
Oh, I didn't know there was such a thing.
Yeah, it's in the ag hall. If you go to the ag hall, you
Yeah.
will be able to see it. And then I also did some judgings. I did wool, meats, horse judging, hippology.
Tell us a little bit.
And-
You know that I know the audience probably knows about all the horse judging and that type of thing, but we maybe should explain what hippology is.
Okay, so hippology is like the parts of the horse, and like
So
the seniors have to tell sicknesses, and us juniors have to tell like the parts of some bones of the horse, some parts of their feet, some rodeo events, and some just like.
So they have a lot of mixed questions on hippology.
Yeah, and like also some tools.
Okay. Oh yeah. So like some vet tools and that type of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you do that in Douglas or at the?
No, we did it in Laramie.
Okay, you went to the University of Wyoming in Laramie.
Yeah.
For the showdown?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your showdown showcase. Was that fun?
Yeah.
Did you get to stay all night, or was that just a day trip?
I stayed 2 nights, and I also did a cooking with Paisley and Charlie.
So you had a team for that too.
Yeah.
How'd you do?
We got 4th place overall.
Okay, that's good. So I want to ask you about the open class cake. Is it a real cake or?
Well, it's a styrofoam,
just like 4-H.
Yeah.
How'd you do in the open class?
I don't know. They don't really give ribbons.
Oh, okay. You just showed it off, huh?
Yeah, but you can do real cakes also.
Oh, okay. Okay. Very interesting, Miss Duffy. You are very knowledgeable. We appreciate you coming, and I think we'll pass it to Paisley. Good morning, Paisley.
Good morning.
How old are you?
I'm 12.
You're 12? What projects do you show?
I have a goat. I do foods and nutrition, fabric and fashion, and photography.
And what?
Photography.
Oh, yeah, I think. So tell me about this foods. Did you bring some to the fair?
Yes.
Were you interviewed? What'd you bring?
I had pecan tarts.
Well, I don't even know what that is.
It's just a mini pecan pie.
Oh, okay.
And then I had suckers and Italian bread.
Italian bread. So how'd you do?
I got a purple on my Italian bread, I got a blue on my suckers, and a red on my pecan tarts.
So, did they interview you?
Yes.
Did they tell you how to improve those items where you got a blue and a red?
Well, not on the suckers, they didn't have a card, but
okay.
For the tarts, it was because the bottom of them, they had turned into like a hard candy, and I don't know why.
Oh, okay. So you're going to have to try it again, huh?
Yes, I will do it again next year.
You're going to do foods again next year?
Yes.
That takes quite a bit of time. Does your mom and dad have to taste that food, and if it's no good, they say, hey, you better start over?
No, I do that.
Oh, okay. So you don't make them taste it, or
No.
your siblings taste it, huh? Just
My grandma and I do it.
Your grandma and you. Good. That's good. Sounds good. The Italian bread you received a purple. Do you get to go to State Fair with that?
Yes.
When are you going to do that? Are you going with it?
Well, I will go and see how it does at State Fair.
Okay, good. Because I assume your volunteer leaders and your people in 4-H pick those items up and take them to the State Fair.
Yes.
And probably bring them home to you and see how you did.
We get those at the last day, I think.
Do you?
Yeah.
So do they interview you at State Fair on that?
No, they just read your cards.
Okay. You just have to give them how you did it on a
Yes.
card. Kind of tell the audience what you put on that card.
We put what was challenging, what you learned, what you used to make it, your name, your age, your club.
Yeah, so that's very good, and you compete with all the children throughout the 4-H members throughout the state of Wyoming, I assume.
Yes.
Okay. Are you an officer?
Yes, I am the president.
Oh, you have a big job, huh? Do you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Okay, and so you're 12 years old, so you're going to run for an office next year. Do you change every year?
We will, yeah.
So members vote to see who's going to be the officers.
Yeah,
Kind of. Okay. That's
hard 'cause
well,
it's a small club.
yeah. Okay. Very. So, like she said, Miss Duffy said it's a small club. How many members do you have, Paisley?
We have...
She's counting.
7.
7. So that's...
And-
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's good. So that's a good little club because you get individual help. Who's your leader?
Charlotte Duffy and Amber Smith.
Okay, evidently they do a good job. You guys have a lot of knowledge, so and we like them. And one thing we should tell the audience: those leaders are volunteers, aren't they?
Yes.
They spend their time. And you know, it's been years ago when I was a 4-H agent. We kind of figured they were, and I bet they're worth a lot more now. We kind of figured their mileage and all that, and we figured each leader was worth $1,000 a year. So if you paid them, so that's interesting, and I bet they're worth a lot more now. So congratulations, and I hope you do well. How about goats? Did you?
I don't remember how. I think I got 7th, and then I got 7th again, which was last place for market.
Market goats?
Yes.
Yeah, or boar goats.
Yeah.
Correct? Yes, good. The other thing I wanted to ask about you did fabric and fashion.
Yes.
Can you tell the audience, did you model?
Yes, I did.
Well, how'd you do? Did they give you a pattern or what? How do you do that?
Well, I did construction and I made an outfit.
Okay, tell us what construction is.
You sew the outfit, you make it yourself. You don't buy anything or paint on it. You just make the outfit. You buy the fabric and you make it.
Okay, so they check you on your sewing skills, your stitching, and that type of thing?
Yes.
Okay, and the modeling, did you do well?
Yes, I did very well. I got I got champion, and I got reserve grand champion, I think.
So
I can't quite remember.
Yeah, that's good though. Very good. So, well, thanks, and good luck at State Fair.
Thank you.
So we'll pass it on down to these younger folks.
No.
We have a young lady here, and your name?
Charlie Smith,
Charlie Smith? Okay. How old are you?
8 years old.
8 years. And she's also with the Adventurous Pioneers. This is your first year?
Yes.
So what did you show, Charlie?
I showed cat, and I did a meat pen for rabbits.
Kind of explain the
Okay.
meat pen for the audience.
So meat pen is where you take a pen of 3 of rabbits, and they all have to look the same. They all try to be the same height. You have to have them on a special diet, and then you sell them at the auction.
Okay, so that auction's coming up, I believe, Saturday, tomorrow morning.
Yes.
So are you ready for the auction? You gonna purdy them up, brush them up?
Kind of.
Okay. How'd you do with the meat pen?
I won grand champion, first place.
Well, that is good, isn't it?
That's pretty
Yes.
good.
Yeah. Are you gonna reserve them to take them to State Fair, or
No,
no? You're pretty young to go to State Fair yet, aren't you?
I'm taking my cat into State Fair.
Are you? And
Yes.
I assume that's a one-day show or so, huh?
No, it's for a full week.
Oh, you're going for a full week?
Yes,
Well,
up in
good.
Douglas.
So tell us a little bit how you show a cat. What breed do you have? First of all, I better ask you.
The vet thinks, we don't know for sure, but the vet thinks he's part Mancoon.
Oh, so I don't even know what that is. What it's a Mancoon? What's he look like? Tell the audience what he looks. Is it he or she?
He.
He. What's he look like?
He's full black. He's a long hair Mancoon mix.
Mancoon mix. So very interesting. So they'll put you in a separate class at State Fair again, I assume, and will you be in showmanship?
Yes.
Were you in showmanship here?
Yes.
How'd you do?
I got second place. I lost to Cassidy.
Good. So you must have a pretty gentle cat.
Yes.
Yeah. So, well, thanks. And you're not an officer. I assume you're not an officer yet, are you? Is she?
Yes.
Oh, you are. Good. What position?
I am the historian.
Tell us a little bit about that job.
So you take photos and you put them in your fair book of all the times that we have.
Yeah, you'll do that, and you have, I assume you doing record books. That's no fun, is it? Them record books are no fun. I remember those days. Yeah, but they do have awards for the record books, how you do, right? Yeah, good. So, well, let's pass it on. Thank you, Charlie. We'll pass it on to this young man. And I think I've seen him around. And what's your name?
William Duffy.
This is William Duffy. And do you have an office?
Yes, I am the secretary. Luckily, I'm higher than my sister.
So you bragging a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right. So tell me what the secretary does. How's your handwriting? If it's like mine, I should never be a secretary for any organization.
Well, my mom helps me most of the time, but if I'm the secretary next year, I'm going to have to do it by myself.
And how old are you?
9.
9. So this is your second year, possibly, in 4-H?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we might have to see you and see. We might have to ask your mom how you did on that secretary job, huh? So what did you show?
I show pigs in the static. I do leather.
Yes, I think I've talked about your leather. Let's talk about your pigs and how you did last night. Was it pretty cool, or did you sweat a lot?
I sweated most of the time.
Yeah. How'd you keep that pig cool so it was so hot?
Well, I was supposed to spray him down like every 2 hours.
Okay.
So I did that, and
did you do that right before you showed the pig?
Sprayed him down, and I use a special kind of spray to make them shinier called Flare. And it makes them just a little bit shinier, which helps. I won raid a game with one of my pigs.
Oh, really?
Second place. Reserve Grand Champion raid a game.
So, raid a game, tell the audience what that is.
It's the amount of pounds you make in a day.
So it gains so many pounds per day, and they kind of figure that out. And
yeah.
Do they... Go ahead, Miss Duffy. Your sister's going to help you out here.
So it's like, say your pig started at
say 90 pounds or 80 pounds.
Yeah,
that's
80
good.
pounds, and it made it to like 300 pounds. That pig might have won.
Yeah, because and you
That
figure
pig probably
on
won.
how many pounds it does a day.
Yeah, and like the one who gained the most pounds from when we weighed him in to fair.
Okay, so very good, William. So we'll pass it back to William. Now we'll make sure your sister doesn't interrupt you again, huh? Yeah, she thinks she knows more than you do, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way them big sisters are. I know how that goes. So tell us, you got second in the rate of gain, which is very good. What'd you win? Did you win some money?
I went on a banner and $15.
So that was worth it.
Yeah.
You did very well. That was good. How'd your pig do in the show?
I got third place in the heaviest class, heavyweight 3, and in the third lightweight, I got second to last placing, which wasn't very good, but I did better than last year.
That's good. You know, you and I might be famous because I used to run the mile in school, and I always come in second to the last. You know, that's pretty tough, but you'll get better, won't you?
Yeah.
Are you going to show pigs next year?
Yeah.
That's good. What else? You showed leather, and I think, does it get to go to state?
Yeah. I built a holster.
Yeah, and you had a little basket design on it and that type of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I hope you do well at State Fair. Are you going to take your pigs to State Fair?
No.
Okay. And you know, State Fair starts when? August 10th?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll have a little week, you'll have a little rest, and then you get to start school. Are you excited about that, I bet?
No. Who is?
When do you start school?
We start after Labor Day.
Labor Day, that's good, that's good.
Give
So
you
I
some
think
time.
I think these young people are pretty sharp, don't you?
Yeah, I think I was educated this morning.
Yeah, we might have to start attending their 4-H meetings. We might learn something,
Yep,
Ryan.
I think so.
Yeah, it sounds like they have good leaders, and they do well. And we'd like to thank you, Ryan, and I'd like to thank you for coming in today. You did an excellent job.
Thank you.
We've viewed some interesting young people this fair week.
Yeah, you always learn a lot these weeks. So, yeah, we thank you guys for coming in. You guys were the finale.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you'll be famous. You'll be the last radio program we have for this year.
Thank you.
You bet.
Thanks for letting us.
Thank you.
You bet. We appreciate it. They're even polite. These young people know some manners.
Yeah, it seems like they always do, Grandpa. It's always good to get kids involved in 4-H and FFA and teaches them discipline and how to talk with people and how to work hard. So it's good.
Yeah, and when they judge, they give reasons, and that's a good thing. There's one other thing I'd like to mention, Ryan, is I don't know if the audience knows, but and I don't really know. I know Kay Orton's involved and Terry Neiswanger, and I think Wayne Tapman is with the 4-H Foundation. And, that's a very good organization. They meet, they judge some scholarships for young people, and also they raise money so these young people can go to State Fair and also take judging trips. Them and 4-H Council supports those type of programs. So these kids have to do a lot of community service and a lot of things to raise money for their trips, like national meets, national horse judging, etc., all those contests. So a shout out to the Goshen County 4-H Council and also the 4-H Foundation. Also, I'd like to thank the FFA advisors, Mr. Groney. They do an excellent job. Their kids are a little older, and they teach these younger kids a lot. So two very good organizations for your youth.
Yeah, no, and Michael McNamee and I were emceeing the parade yesterday. We're talking about, all the volunteers that are involved out here. So if anybody does want to volunteer, they always need more help. So come out to the fairgrounds and see how you can help out. So, Grandpa, should we go over the schedule one more time for people?
We will. Friday's program, we had the Dairy Goat Show, followed by the Dairy Cattle Show, and that's north of the Rendezvous Center, and they have a little trivia questions for you, and there's a different variety and different breeds there. It's kind of interesting because there's not a lot of dairy in Goshen County, so that's interesting if you want to come out. The other thing we have in the grass show ring at 9 also, market showmanship with the breeding, the beef show, and also at 6 they have the round robin showmanship, herdsmanship, and special awards. Now that round robin, we might explain, they usually take the first place from each species, like the beef, the sheep, the swine, the goats, etc. And then that's why it's called round robin. Let's say a horse person starts, she won the horse showmanship, so she'll start with the horse and show that horse, and then they'll move her to a goat. So you have to show all species, and the winner of that, I think, receives a buckle and award. So it's interesting to watch. You might want to come out to watch that at 6. And then don't forget Saturday, they have the Buyer's Appreciation Dinner at 8, and at 9, they start the sale, and that's always interesting. And then basically it's over from about 3 o'clock. They release the animals. Yes?
I would also like to invite kids. We would like my coaches we kind of need more horse judges and hippology people to make a team. So.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, always need more kids to get involved.
Yep.
Should look at also the event schedule coming up later on today. They'll have the superhero party, a lot of activities for kids at the Frontier Shelter and the show ring. That starts at 4. They also still have the American Ninja Warrior course going on now. They'll have a first responders tournament for that Ninja Warrior course at 7:30 tonight. And then live music at the Frontier Shelter tonight at 8 o'clock featuring Jared Rogerson and Rodeo Rec. And should remind people again of that junior livestock sale again. Come support your local youth at that. That'll start at 9 at the Frontier Shelter tomorrow. Of course, they have the breakfast before that at 8 o'clock. But that should wrap it up this year from the Goshen County Fairgrounds. Thanks to Ron Kaufman helping us out all week long. For Ron Kaufman, I'm Ryan Caith. Thanks to John and Chris back at the studio. We'll send it to you at Kerm FM.